There is a theorem that determines if a material is a conductor, an insulator, or a semiconductor, and that theorem is the band theorem. In the band theorem, we believe that every material has two bands, the valence band and the conduction band, and we have electrons moving around the valence band. So if this electron gets activated, they move from the valence band to the conduction band, and in that band they can conduct, as in the material is allowed to conduct electricity. So the space between the valence band and the conduction band is called the energy gap or the Fermi gap. For conductors, we have the valence band, which is identified by the blue image, and the conduction band identified by the red image. So in conductors, example metals, the valence band and the conduction band overlap. So you can see the valence band below, the conduction band on top. There is no energy gap between the two. So electrons can freely move from the valence band to the conduction band. That is why metals can freely conduct electricity, because the valence band and the conduction band overlap. In some exam questions, they're going to ask you which of this material have overlapping band. We should know that conductors are such materials. So the other one we have is a semiconductor. In semiconductor, there is a small space between the valence band and the conduction band. So once materials gets charged up, normally semiconductors cannot conduct electricity, but once they become activated, they get a particular activation energy. Electrons can jump this energy gap and move to the conduction band. So at some point, semiconductors can conduct electricity. Example of such materials are silicon and germanium. So these are examples of semiconductors. So they could ask you this in the exam or your test. So the other material we have is the insulators. In insulators, the energy gap is so large that electrons cannot move from the valence band to the conduction band. Hence, insulators cannot conduct electricity. Examples are rubber, plastics, and the rest of them. So these are the three types of materials we have with respect to band theorem: the conductors, semiconductors, and insulators.